You're gonna keep popping that thing up? The bottom line is, fill your cart today. It's only $5 to ship everything when you're shopping with crafts today. All right, now let's talk about Liqui Sew. So, many of you out there maybe aren't so great with a needle and thread or a sewing machine, or maybe you're just looking for the quick fix. Well, I will tell you, Liqui Sew to the rescue. This is our 8-piece NoSew Kit. Comes with the hem clips. So if you're doing the bottoms of your pants or jeans or skirts or whatever, you use little clips to attach it, but this stuff is like magic. I've used this on rugs. I've used this on curtains. I use it all over the place in my house. A little bit goes a long way. It is flexible. It is permanent. All you do is put a little on whatever it is that you want to stick together. And it even has a little of that stretch. So it's great on garments as well. It's what I call the multifunctional quick fix. All types of fabrics and any craft project. Bonnabelle Sherman is here. One of my favorite items ever at HSN is this product because it seems like a little thing, but it does so much and it really, really works.
That time it rescues you, it becomes your best friend.
It could only be one time and it's your best friend.
Yeah, and the one time is like, that was worth the 20 bucks.
Oh my gosh.
Because when something can rescue you like that, it makes you feel good. So if you have no needle, no thread, no problem. You have Liqui Sew. And Liqui Sew gives you 2 of these to-go bottles so you can keep it with you, so it really can be your hero. So let's show you how it works. Let's take something like this that is hard to do even with a sewing machine. There'll be times you use a sewing machine, but this would not be one of them because the needle would break going through denim. All you have to do is take a piece of material, and it could be anything. I'm gonna take this piece of denim, and I'm going to put the Liqui Sew. Now, if you notice, it's going on white, but it will dry clear. It is not glue. It's an all-natural fiber solution. So it's actually threads in there. So you really are sewing with another piece of thread, but in a different way. Now, I put that behind there, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lean into that. That's what I want you to do at home too, because you give it that little bit of press. You're telling the fibers to go together just like you're sewing. It's simply apply and dry, and then once it's dried, it can go in the washer and dryer.
That's the best part.
And it's permanent. Yeah. So this, you can barely see that tear. So here's another hard place. Guy, look at this. This happens all the time. Guys, girls, doesn't matter.
Impossible to sew.
Yes,
right?
Because this is 2 layers of denim, and then this is 2 layers, and you would break your needle. Doesn't matter whether it would be a handheld or your sewing machine. Instead, take the Liqui Sew, just dab a little bit on there, then press it together. That's part of the process, because when you do that, you're telling it to connect. You're telling those fibers to sew together. And then, in about 15 minutes, I can put my belt through there, and in 24 hours, I can wash and dry this.
Yeah.
So isn't it great? Great.
You know what I love about it is that it actually has a little stretch. So like on a belt loop, when you put a belt through it, it's not gonna rip off, it's not gonna tear off. I used it on Danny's, my son Danny's laundry basket. One of the handles, it's a cloth basket, you know, with like the spring in it, one of those kind. One of the handles ripped off because he just grabbed it and ripped it off. I put it on there. It's stronger than the other one. It is unbelievable. And I lift like 20, 30 pounds of laundry with one of those handles, and it works perfectly.
So it's a cloth handle.
Yeah, they're cloth handles. Yeah. It's like a canvas bag with 2 cloth handles for laundry, right?
And what's nice is
perfect.
Liqui Sew can do cottons, linens, silk, blends, all of those. And we actually give you 2 different kinds for each of those kinds of solutions in this kit, plus the to-go, so it's really good.
Here's what you're gonna get when you order today. And these are actually the hem clips. We'll show you how to use those, but those are great when you're hemming a skirt, or if you're hemming jeans, whatever it is, pants, they actually hold it in place, so they help to solidify that. By the way, most of the reviews on this product are 5-star if you wanna go ahead and check it out. But what we're gonna give you is we're gonna give you 4 ounces of the AllFabric Liqui Sew. You're gonna get Liqui Sew for synthetics too, which is a different animal altogether, but you get that. And then we give you the little containers to take with you. What I do is I fill these because a little goes a long way, and then I just store these. Take it with you when you go on a trip or on a vacation. How often is something ripped and you're like, what do I do? How do I fix this? Keep it in your
briefcase, be the hero to your kids.
Totally.
When, you know, oh mommy, this ripped, now what am I gonna do?
Yep.
So here's a great example. Here's a chair for a cushion, but you know what? It could be the pet bed, it could be a stuffed animal. It doesn't matter. If you wanna be a hero to your kids when their favorite stuffed animal gets a hole and you don't have time to sew it, simply tuck back in that filling. Then once you do that, you have your opening to go ahead and apply the Liqui Sew. Now, I want you to notice that this doesn't drip. So it's not messy. and it only sticks to fiber. So even if I spilled this on the counter, it doesn't matter. It won't stick to the counter, won't ruin the counter.
You just roll it up like in a little ball and it goes away.
That's right.
That's
Isn't that amazing?
Easy.
Okay, so now I applied it on both sides. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push that together.
Watch now.
And I'm gonna hold it just for a second. And as I do that, you see how little got on my finger? It doesn't matter. It doesn't stick to my finger. It simply rolls off. But it sticks great to the material because it actually is fibers, and then it'll dry. Now, where is it?
It's so cool.
Guy, I'm gonna bring this up to Guy so he can look. Look, where is it?
It's not fair, I'm blind anyway. No, you're right, you can't see it.
No, you can't tell what I fixed from what the manufacturer sewed, and that's amazing.
And permanent in just a few minutes, right? It just takes a second to set up. See, the key to Liqui Sew is the material itself. It will soak into the fabric, right? So it actually bonds to the fabric, and then it bonds to itself. This is how it works in a close-up.
Yep, so what you're doing is you're filling the gap with Liqui Sew, which is fibers, just like a needle and thread, and it applies and dries. It's links and locks, we like to call it. So it links and locks those fibers like a needle and thread, like you're going back and forth. You put the Liqui Sew in, and it links and locks together. If you want to be a hero, we're coming up on Vacation Bible School season. My girlfriend Wanda said last night she's making some things for Vacation Bible School. If you do scouting, if you have military badges, she happened to mention that she was going to put being badges on things. I said, well, you have to watch me in the morning because you will be the hero. So all you do, you take your badge. Imagine if you had to sew this on. You have to find the right color thread and the right needle, and hope it doesn't break while it goes through. You know, these are so thick. So all you have to do, hero to the troop, the scouting troop, hero at VBS, hero when you have to do all those military badges, and yay if your kids are winning all those badges. That means you're keeping them busy and they're doing well. All you have to do is apply it to the edges, then press it down, because when I do that, I'm telling it to link and lock. Remember, press it down. Remember, it goes on white, dries clear. I'm done.
Finished.
I didn't take out the sewing machine. I didn't break it. I didn't puncture my finger. I didn't have to find the right color thread. It's that easy with Liqui Sew.
Or at my house where I'd grab the stapler. I'd be like, what, Daddy? You got
that's
pants?
a guy thing.
I'd staple that thing. I have stapled pant legs before, but as long when I was in college and before I knew about this stuff.
I could see that in college.
Well, because it's, first of all, that material is so thick. You can't, even if you knew how to use, and I know how to use a needle and thread, even if you tried, you'd have a hard time just getting in there. You'd probably poke it right through your finger. And the bond is permanent. You don't have to worry. A lot of people think, well, it's a glue. It's not a glue. It actually has fibers inside it that bond to each other. It's all science, but it works for you. And listen, if you can draw or paint, you could do this because you're just basically painting it on.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
If you, it's like taking a Q-tip and putting something on, or a cotton ball.
It's so easy.
Give me that thing. You know what? This is such a crafting sewing day. Liqui Sew gives you a sheet included for great ideas, for your creativity. So if you sew or you craft, you could use Liqui Sew in those applications too.
Right.
Many crafting things are like paper-based, fiber-based.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of cloth items, different types of mediums that they use, and regular glue does not work on that. It gets cakey, and it cracks, and it dries.
Crafter's Companion does some things that are fiber-based. You're making like little pocketbooks with that. You could use Liqui Sew on that.
Totally.
But we give you this idea guide, which is really great, so you can be creative. As a matter of fact, think of creative. Look at this whole table. Everything here has been applied with Liqui Sew. Fringing on your towels, remember, it's permanent. So you'll wash and dry this. Decorate your frames. Add your own flavor, your own creativity. Coming over this side, the shoes. They did not come with this decoration. Liqui Sewed on, pocketbook, adding your own flavor. If you're really artsy and you have that hippie thing going on and you want to really embellish, Liqui Sew is your best friend for that.
Yeah, it's ideal. And any kind of repair. I will tell you that I had a runner that was in front of my house, and it had a border on the outside, and it started to tear. And I'm like, oh, you're not going to put a rug in a sewing machine. It's too thick, right? And I couldn't do that even if I tried. This you can use if you have shoes that lose a piece, or if they tear.
Yes. Now this is leather. I'm working with leather.
Look at that.
This works. So this came off. If I had to go to the shoemaker, it cost me $10, $12, $15, I don't know. But all I did was put a little Liqui Sew, dries clear, and I have fixed that shoe. I can wear this in 15 minutes and it's fixed, and I never left the house.
Free shipping and handling, by the way. I want to add that on top of this. So remember, you get $5 shipping all day on your crafting items anyway, but this is free shipping, and it's only $5 to get it home. It is worth its weight in gold. This stuff, I tell you, for anybody that leads a busy lifestyle, and a lot of you moms out there, grandparents out there, you know, you got a kid that needs a fix at the last minute. They're walking out the door. They refuse to wear it to change the pants. They want to wear those pants no matter what. You can fix it quickly. Remember, we give you everything that you need. We give you the traditional Liqui Sew. We give you the Liqui Sew for synthetics, to-go travel containers, and the clips so that you can hem pants. And the nice thing is, you can literally hem a pair of pants in like a minute or two, whereas you wouldn't even have the sewing machine up and running by the time you got there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to show you that, but I want to remind you, I love to work from the to-go bottle, whether I'm at home or on the go. Put it in here, and it really is a perfect fit. It's not hard to do. See how this fits perfectly in here? That's why it's so easy to work from the to-go bottle. Then you could put this in your pocketbook, take it with you, be the hero at work. Okay, so now you have a bunch of kids, which I do, and you want to save money and you want to cut the pants from one to make them shorts for another. Do you see how clean that hemline is? That was Liqui Sewed. And it goes on white but dries clear. So it's amazing. And then what you do is you use these hem clips to get the hem you want to hold it in place. And we include 4 of those. On one side, it's done in imperial and the other metric. Imperial being American, metric being usually European. So this will hold it in place and measure it for you, and that's included. So make it so easy to hem almost anything. And Guy, maybe this happens to women more, but your heel gets caught in your pant leg and it falls down.
Drives me crazy.
Okay, now I'm going to a meeting and my hem is hanging down. All you have to do is have this with you, go to the ladies' room, paint some on, push it together, done.
It's like a mascara. That's how
that's
how much room it takes up.
Yeah, it's like a little lipstick thing.
Let me tell you this. Just let me tell you a quick sec though. For a guy like me, all right, listen. I'm a single dad, raised my kid. I am. If he needs something fixed, the chances of me pulling out a needle and thread or breaking out a sewing machine are not really good for him. Yet he is a kid and he wants stuff what he wants, and I do too. Like I tell you, that runner that I fixed to this day, and that was 3 years ago. To this day, that thing has never peeled back. It's peeling back wherever it was sewed, but where I Liqui Sewed it, it's still there. That handle on the laundry basket is the most impressive to me because literally Danny dumps, he works at the beach now, so his bathing suits, everything. I mean, it's heavy, wet clothes. It's probably like 30 or 40 pounds. And I pick it up with that cloth handle that I sealed using Liqui Sew. It has never pulled. In fact, sometimes I'm like, I wonder if I should push it. And I try to pull it, it will not come apart. Because remember, it bonds to the fabric, then it bonds to itself. Most things just bond to themselves, right? Or they bond to one item, right? Like regular glues and pastes, and then they dry and they crack.
Here's a good example. I spilled this. But it's not gonna stick because it only sticks to fibers. So I roll it up and take a look at the stretch. Look at the stretch. So you can, when you apply it, it's not all stiff on you, which is wonderful. Okay, quick fix on your buttons. All you have to do, if you pull this thread, you lose the button. Instead, touch it with—
I never tried that.
Touch it with that. Let it sew itself, put itself together.
Right, and then trim
it, and you're done.
All right, we are extremely busy, as I knew we are, with Liqui Sew. If you want to get it, it's the best $20 you'll spend. If you don't like the time it takes to fix all these different things, take care of it yourself. By the way, we weren't poo-pooing sewing. Sewing's amazing. I have an incredible sewing machine coming up later. So when you want to do your full-on projects, we have that coming up too. Vonabelle, wonderful job as always. Thank you so much. Hey, really quickly, we have the steam iron from Rowenta in this show, and I will